Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of DREADLOCKS. I'm Gunther the Great, and today we're going to be looking at Lil Durks Dreadlocks. Now, Lil Durk, looking at his dreadlocks, sheesh, these are clean. These are really dope dreads. And there's something really interesting about his dreadlocks that I've noticed, but I'll mention that later on in the video. But it's really interesting to see what is going on with his actual dreads. Now, before we actually get into looking at his hair, make sure to leave a comment down below who you guys want to see next on the channel. And also, comment down below what is your favorite product to use on your dreadlocks. Alright, now that you left a comment down below, let's get into Lil Durks dreads. The best way to know how someone started their dreadlocks is to look at their hair type and then base a method off of that hair type. So looking at his dreadlocks, we can see that he is most likely a 4B hair type. Now, if you don't know your hair type or don't even know that there are hair types, you can check out a video linked down below that it says, "What is my hair type?" And that video will tell you everything you need to know about all the hair types, what your hair type is, and what methods you can get based off of your hair type. So if you don't have dreadlocks yet, you can always look at it this way. Whatever your hair type is, you'd want to get dreadlocks based off of the method that works with that hair type. So I'll explain it this way. With Lil Durk having a 4B hair type, you could do things like using a sponge for sponge rub or towel for towel rub, which those are methods that a lot of people don't even know about, which are explained in other videos, which are linked down below. But also there's other well-known methods like twisting with gel, two-strand twist, braid locks, or anything like that, or even freeform, which kind of leads me on to the questionable thing about his dreadlocks. Looking close up on his scalp and the sections that he has on his dreadlocks, they're not very, maintained sections. So which that tells me that in the beginning stages of his dreadlocks, he didn't really section them out and go through the whole process, with precise sections, with bricking, if you know what that is. Because if you look at it, they're not square sections, they're not triangle sections, they're not rectangles. They're kind of like octagons or circles. And that's really interesting because it makes me think that he started out with freeform and then he started maintaining his dreadlocks. And I think that's probably what happened, either that or he started out with sponge rub or towel rub and then went on to maintaining his dreadlocks. But either way, he did not, I guarantee you, he did not start out with twisting with gel based off of his sections, because they are circles and they're not squares, because any loctician you'll go to will start you out with square sections. And everybody typically in general starts out with square sections. And on my first set of dreadlocks, I started out with towel rub and my sections turned out exactly like this. They were circle, there were some squares, but it was very rare. They were different shapes, there was rectangles and all kinds of different shapes of my actual sections. But like I said, looking at his hair and looking at his scalp, he did not start out with twisting with gel, which would seem like he would because his hair is super maintained now and it looks very clean, very well put together. But I guarantee you, he did not start out with twisting with gel. He started out with either freeform or a sponge rub. But now we do see that he's actually twisting his hair and maintaining it. It looks like he's doing a bunch of two-strand twists because he does have curly dreadlocks. And we see in some of his photos that he actually rocks the two-strand twists. And I think it's a really cool hairstyle, especially with his hair being bleached. I think he does have very unique dreads and they go beyond just what they look like, because we see that he most likely started out with freeform or even a sponge rub. And I think that's a really cool thing, seeing people go from a freeform look to maintained look, because you can always tell based off of their roots, unless they did some sort of crazy separation and reconnection with getting square sections, which is damaging to the dreadlocks if they were to do that. But they actually kept the integrity of each lock and just maintained those individually. Now there may have been separation in there when it came down to it, but they still look really good. Now, mentioning that he started out with either sponge rub or freeform, I want to talk about the product of the day, which is a dread sponge. And this is perfect and it's easy to use, and you can literally start locking up your hair instantly today if you were to use one today. But I will link one down below. It's the top of the description, so click on that link if you want to buy yourself a dread sponge, because this is the product that really changed the game for me when I was starting my dreadlocks. I literally started them in a week and then had dreadlocks in a couple months, and it was all thanks to using a rubbing method, which I actually used a towel, but a dread sponge works way quicker. You don't have to expect your dreadlocks in 2 months. You can expect them in a month or a couple weeks with using a dread sponge. Now, if you want to start using another method, or you just want to see what other methods there are, you can go to greatlocks.com, and it has literally every single thing you need for your dreadlocks, from products all the way to how to use them, to reviews. And even on the homepage, you can see that people are actually shared on there. So that's why I'm telling you guys to tag DREADLOCKS on Instagram, because you can really be featured on the page, the channel, and even the website. But since you got all that handled, you're ordering yourself a dread sponge right now, and you already checked out the website and you followed DREADLOCKS, Like I said, I just want to remind you guys again, comment down below who you guys want to see next, because I want to make all these videos for you guys, because we are a family and a community, because we are growing rapidly, and I love all the support, and I love seeing all new faces and seeing repeating faces as well. Because if you notice Instagram, I see all these people that are always on there and always tagging Dreadlocks, and it's always cool to see familiar faces. So make sure that you make yourself a familiar face on Dreadlocks and tag us. But you guys, that's today's video. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you guys are new, because there's new videos dropping every single week. But on that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.